Yo, what up, though? This B-Boy Reg.
I'm DJ Butter, y'all. What up, though?
Yeah, this Funky Fresh
Funky
in the
Fresh in the
Flesh.
Flesh
Yeah,
podcast.
and we got Strike in the house tonight.
Strike money. Strike money ain't nothing funny.
What up, though?
What
What's
up, though,
going on
Strike?
with you, sir?
Man, everything that's good in life, staying away from everything that's bad, being
That's what's
blessed,
Man,
up.
dig
you know what
that,
I'm saying?
Strike.
No
Dig that,
doubt,
man.
man.
That's what's up.
No
That's
doubt.
it.
Happy to be here, man. It's a great timing right now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
dope. So we wanted to catch people up to speed on what you got going on and talk a little bit about your history, like coming from Detroit, coming up, rhyming, being around Proof and that whole scene as well. Talk a little bit about your group, the Mountain Climbers, and all of that, and what you got planned for the future as well. So just kind of give us a little bit of background on you and like what got you into rhyming and everything to start with.
Ooh, what got me into rhyming? Shoot, man. Uh, what really got me into rhyming was hearing uh, Run DMC, um, and I heard Daryl and Joe, and I was like, I don't know what just happened to me, but when I heard the record, I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I knew this is what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? And then right after I heard that record, the next day, across the street from me, my boy Amp used to always be like, my brother and them be dancing upstairs. I never knew what they was doing. We was young. We was young. So I was like dancing. So he was like, man, look, I'm gonna take you up the attic and show you. And I went up to the attic, and it was like 10 people up there, and they had the boards down on the floor, and they was breakdancing and
Mm.
DJing, scratching. And I was, as a kid, I seen that, and it blew me away. You know what I'm saying? And I understood, you know what I'm saying, from those 2 days that hip hop culture, you know what I'm saying, was something that I was going to be a part of for the rest of my life.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah. Hmm.
Man, talk about your energy from just alone, man. You always been multi-talented, multi-hustler. Always turn shit to sugar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where do you get that from, Straight? Mhm.
I mean, I credit everything to God first, you know what I'm saying? But um, I think my mother was was very, very strong. You know what I'm saying? My mother and my grandmother and my great grandmother and even my great grandfather. Those people right there were they were the highlights of my life. They was the Michael Jordans to me in my life. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be like my great grandfather. I wanted to dress like him. He wore silk suits with ties, and you know what I'm saying. He had rings and jewelry. You know what I'm saying. Him and my great grandmother, they was rich. They had, my aunt had English tutors down in downtown Detroit, off Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? And I would see this stuff as a kid growing up, and you know, visiting my other aunt who had a house in Oak Park with the pool and the tennis court and the basketball court. That type of stuff just, you know what I'm saying, told me as a young kid, you know what I'm saying, this is the life that I'm supposed to live. This is what I'm supposed to go after. So, coming from that to being dumped into the hood back to where you live at, you know what I'm saying? It was like a thing that was like a target that I kept in front of me that I said I got to get to this side. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what I mean? I got to get over here regardless. So I think that's where it came from, man. Just my people, my family.
You notice how Detroit hip hop energy was when you and Proof was out there neck and neck, and it was like, that's what I kind of had it in like one of the questions, like you and Proof, y'all had that same type of energy of gathering people. You know what I'm saying? Getting people, one building and the motivational speeches. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Luther call me 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, get up. You're supposed to be a DJ. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of got that same kind of aura about you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I want to point out to the world, to the listeners and the fans out there. You know what I'm saying? Who you are. You know what I'm saying? You know,
No, no doubt, man. Like,
it's important because after you left, it's like it changed. You know what I'm saying? It's important to kind of that
yeah,
energy game. It's important to kind of keep good energy, motivational energy around you when you doing this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I
no
want to
doubt,
kind of highlight that.
no doubt, man. Thank you, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's no secret. That's what one of the things that, like, the mountain climbers and proof, like, I would say the brigade back then, um, before they was D12, we was competitors. Like, we would see them on the show, and I would be in the huddle with my crew saying, "All right, you see them right there? That's what
Mm-hmm.
we need to annihilate." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We would see Wall Street and Royce and them, and I would say, "You see them right there? That's what we need to annihilate." You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I remember opening up for Eminem and Usher, and the first show the Mountain Climbers had, and we got booed um, because they didn't have no stage presence. They didn't want to listen to me. They didn't want to practice. And then the next show we had was with Capadonna and Royce the 5'9". And I remember the next show we had practice, we had prepared, we had, you know what I'm saying? I had got with X Gov, got some production, you know
Rest in
what I'm
peace, ex
saying?
Gov.
Some piece of X Gov, you know what I mean? And we came back like the Wu-Tang Clan. And that show was opening up for Capadonna and Royce the 5'9" that day was the highlight of our career, I believe, for everybody still to this day. Anybody that was a member of the Mountain Climbers that day, and it was a nice squad of us that time. Rest in peace to Bugs. He was alive. He was there that day on stage.
Mm-hmm.
My bro Gino, he was there on stage. You know what I'm saying? It was a historical night that night for the Mountain Climbers, man. We really put on that night. I crowd surfed around the room and got tossed up on the stage like a rocket.
Right.
And from that day, the name was stamped in the mud. Everybody knew that, okay, this crew right here, you know what I'm saying, this resilience that they got right here, it can't be modified. It can't be stopped. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, can you tell us who all was in the Mountain Climbers and how y'all are connected and formed the group?
Um, the Mountain Climbers was, man, the original Mountain Climbers was uh, me, journalist, Swan, George, um, and damn man, damn, I think his name was B, my bro B, Bear, yeah, Bear. I can't forget Bear.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All of us. Um, how we met was crazy because back then I was uh, I was working on the sales crew, traveling, and I come from a legendary underground group in Detroit called Poor Man's Orchestra. Um, that was early '80s. You know what I'm saying? I mean, late '80s, early '90s.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Um, we had opened up for some of everybody from the Roots to Exhibit. You know what I'm saying? So I was traveling and I was away from my crew, and they was like, "Man, you need to come back home to Detroit." And I was used to being on a crew, traveling, selling, so I needed a job when I came home. And what does everybody do when they come to Detroit to get a job? They go where? Technicolor. So
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Yo, you need to go over here to Technicolor. They paying good. You know what I'm saying? They give you, hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, blah 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 blah." So I was like, all right, cool, and that's where I met journalists. Me and journalists connect. Um, um, we was doing we was packaging up tablets and stuff, and ended up just talking on the line and found out that we both rap. Started kicking shit to each other and everything, and then you know what I'm saying.
Shout out journalists.
I told him, I said, yo, I got an idea for a crew called the Mountain Climbers, because I was on my sales crew and we had a crew called the Mountain Climbers. We was a sales crew. They used to rap, but none of them took it serious. I was the only one that really took it serious. So I came home with that name and was like, yo, I'm about to form a whole crew. My people from PMO, Poor Man's Orchestra, was like, yo, Strike, you the one got the juice. Rest in peace to Grasshopper. He had passed away. Everybody kind of grown being into their own life and having jobs and really kind of lost the mojo for it. So me, I was like, okay, cool. I'm about to step into, you know, my name back then was Mr. High. I came back as Strike. You know what I'm saying? A whole like a revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? I took Shahada, became Muslim. Me and journalists both took journalists became Muslim first, and I became Muslim right behind them. You know
Right.
what I mean? Um, and you know, I think journalists knew George. Me and my girl at the time was homeless, so we used to stay upstairs in George's house until his mom found out, and then we used to still stay there a little bit. But then my girl ended up leaving, and then I ended up getting with the girl up the street, and we just took
Okay.
off from there. You know what I'm saying? We built a crew. You know what I mean? Started moving, started hustling. You know what I'm saying? And just started making a name for ourselves. You know, I knew all the promoters. I knew everybody in St. Andrews Hall. So, you know what I'm saying? I got my crew in St. Andrews Hall, and we start opening up. You know what I'm saying? Shows there, and you know that's when Bazaar had taken a liking to us. You know what I'm saying? Bazaar had jumped in and was like, "Yo," you know what I'm saying? Pulled us in. Actually called me up, and he used to come to my crib, and I used to go to his crib. And then he took me to New York with him, sat out there with Proof. Little did I know they was vetting us the whole time because
Right.
D12 had a plan.
Be back in a second, y'all.
Yeah, I think he faded out.
I'm sorry, my
Strike
phone.
on.
Oh,
He,
you back?
he he on
Nah,
a
my
big
phone.
movie set right now, y'all. Stay, hold tight, y'all.
Hold on, hold
Hey, Strike,
on.
tell Tom
Okay.
Cruise to wait, man.
Yeah. So, so you know, so then, nah, man, you know, they was vetting us the whole time. Let me text them and tell them I'm still on my interview. Hold on.
All right.
Shout out Tom Cruise. We need an interview, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that's funny. So yeah, it's funny to hear like how the just that history of mountain climbers and then the D12 connection and everything. I don't think a lot of people, well, people here know, but outside of that,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
stayed down. Mountain climbers tell them y'all stay down the street from the Dirty Mansion, in
Oh
Highland
yeah,
Park.
yeah. So we ended up linking up with Proof, and Proof used to, he just really clinged to me. You know what I'm saying? And he called me up and he was like, "Yo, uh, I really want to sign the Mountain Climbers. I want to sign you and the Mountain Climbers." He was like, "But I really want to sign you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're the leader. You know what I'm saying? I want to do your project first, and then we could do the Mountain Climbers project because everybody knows who Strike is. You know what I'm saying?" And that's how that whole situation happened with Iron Fist for me being his first artist, and you know everything else was up from there. You know what I mean? We stayed busy all the time because it was so many politics. So I never one of the things I never wanted to lose was our independence. So we always kept making mixtapes. We outworked everybody on the label. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And that used to cause a problem. People used to kind of get a little frustrated and jealous of that. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, because we had our own independence. You know what I mean? Um, you know, so I seen a lot of power struggles and people fighting for positions and everything. And one of the reasons that made me say, okay, I'm leaving the label is because I always had my own independence anyway. Striking the Mountain Climbers was built off my muscle and my team's muscle. You know what I'm saying? So I always had that mind frame of saying, you know what I'm saying? You know, you're not paying for anything that I'm doing anything right now anyway. I'm paying for all my own stuff.
Take
I'm
that.
pressing up my own shirts. I'm pressing up my own CDs. I'm paying for my own studio time. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing all that anyway. So since I'm doing that anyway, I'm gonna have the freedom to go ahead and move. And if it's a problem, then I'll go back to where I was at when you found me, making a name for myself and making a buzz for myself and continue doing what I was doing. So that that's really what was going on. It was so many power struggles. If you ask me, I probably should have been the vice president of Iron Fist Records. I'll say it on the record today. A lot of things would have been different. You know what I mean? I think we all had our downfalls. Don't get me wrong. And I'll go on record and say, people used to be like, man, he used to stay drunk. Well, imagine this. Imagine your best friend is Proof. His best friend is Eminem, and his best man is Dr. Dre. So it's Dr. Dre, Eminem, Proof, and Strike. That's how that was in Detroit at one time. No cap. So imagine being in that seat and your guy telling you, "We're never signing the Shady Records. These guys are the biggest devils that I know." Imagine, you know what I'm saying, your man's telling you, you know what I'm saying, that we don't have a label deal. You know what I'm saying? We got to figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? It was the most depressing shit in the person's life at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we standing next to the biggest rock star in life, and we can't get no features, we can't get no videos, we can't get, all we getting is stamp of approval to get clothes in the mail and, you know, access to VIP shit here, and we chill out with the gang here, and you know what I mean? We get to be seen with M here, and don't get me wrong, I was very grateful for everything, especially 8 Mile, what came out of that. You know what I'm saying? Paul and them really throwing me that bone for 8 Mile. You know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact that they wouldn't have thrown me that bone had I not been made a name for myself. So
Right.
you know what I mean? So I just gotta stand, stand on what I know I gotta stand on. You feel me? So
Right.
Man,
you know,
did you get you did any, not to cut you off, B-boy McCoy. Say tell me something. Do you had any acting classes or anything like that?
let's walk in my office while we talking. Um, no, man. You know what? I never had any acting classes. It's crazy. Like, so I'm a big fan of Ice Cube, right?
Right.
By the way, y'all, we walking inside my building. Me and my partner, we own the whole block. When they
I
say
was
by the
just telling
block,
B-boy McCoy that. I was
Yeah,
just telling.
that's
when they say
tough.
by the block, man, we own the block, man. Seriously, we own like a compound up here, man. It's like 50,000 square feet. You know
Hey,
what I'm saying?
strike.
Yo,
Red stands for recognize everybody's game. So I wanted him to recognize your game, man.
Right.
oh, you gotta recognize the game.
Yeah. Right.
Right now, we walking in my office. I seen my phone was about to die, so I came up in the office and stuff.
All right. That's what's up.
You know what I
That's
mean?
where
We
we
got.
gotta do the gigs at the festival, the Funky Fresh
Oh
and
yeah.
Fresh Festival at right there.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, let me ask you though about the when we before we get back to 8 Miles, going back to the Mountain Climbers, like, do y'all still have music out there? Is it on any of the platforms in
So
here?
I'm glad you just asked me that. Hold on, let me get
That's
in
his
my.
jogging suit, y'all. He giving us an advertisement right there. Strike Money Clothing right there, y'all.
Yo,
Strike Money directly. That's what's up.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
word.
Record strike money, clothes strike money. So so
Strike Kids.
it's I'm glad you asked me that, right? Bam. Let's get personal. Um so I own the catalog to the Mountain Climbers. I personally own all the music to the whole catalog. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually I just started out by putting out a single called Money Dance. and then I just put out an EP called "Success Is the Best Revenge." Um,
Just came
I
out,
got
y'all.
and I have several other EPs coming out. Stuff with Short Dog Fresh over there with 2 Chainz in them. Um, I got stuff with Young Dro, Future. You know what I mean? I got a bunch of records that I've been working on privately, just getting ready for this moment right here. You know what I'm saying? To come back to the game like I really wanted to. I spent a lot of, when you look at this building, you'll see the investment. Like I told Butter, I said this is where I spent my M's at, right here. You know what I mean? So that we can make some B's. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a chameleon move, you know what I'm saying, over the years, and just being able to be at home, raise my children, be there for my family, you know what I mean, in ways that maybe I probably couldn't have been there fighting against, you know what I'm saying, people who was trying to blackball us, who were blackballing us, you know what I'm saying?
They put us against each other, man. So
Yeah, trying to put us against
we
each other, and
we here
you know what
today,
I'm saying?
man.
And I think I just think it's a unique story how we just overcame everything and still out here living fresh, fly, rich, you know what I'm saying, without a record deal, got businesses, independence, got property, you know what I'm saying, getting ready to get into buying more property out in Dallas, Texas, God willing, you know what I'm saying, going to Africa, you know what I'm saying, closing out deals over there, you know what I'm saying, on getting tangible assets, you know what I'm saying, just really making sure that the portfolio is right, the money is right, so the team is right, so that I can continue doing what I was doing with the Mountain Climbaz. So yes, we got the Mountain Climbaz. I got the Mountain Climbaz music. I reached out to everybody besides King Dave. I haven't talked to him, but I'm pretty sure that they have, and I'm pretty sure he's seen the advertisement of what I'm doing. But I mean, really, I don't really owe anybody anything the way things ended. But I respect life. Let me say that. And in life, you have to be able to forgive people for you, not for them. You know what I mean? So I've forgiven everybody. You know what I'm saying? It was at one point where I would tell a person, don't even bring the Mountain Climbers name up to me. You know what I'm saying? It was this new thing that I was doing, and that's what I was on, and I would even mention it in interviews. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a different space in life right now. You know what I'm saying? The wounds heal. You know what I'm saying? And then when you become successful in life, you know what I mean? You driving around in Porsches, you know what I'm saying? And you're driving around in a Porsche, and your wife in the Escalade, and your daughter in a Mercedes Benz. You gotta kind of like just be grateful in life. You know what I'm saying? And let go of the bad energy. Because sometimes people will do you wrong, but you'll hold on to that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it makes you move in certain type of ways. So I just had to be able to forgive everybody. And I'm in such a beautiful space now that it makes me smile to even bring their names up. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a frown. I don't feel bad. I just heard a record the other night with Firstborn on it with us, the Infirmary record. And I actually listened to his whole verse. I didn't cut it off. You know what I'm saying? It made me smile. It made me remember when at one point the unity was so thick that we could have really, really ran Detroit in such a way, you know what I'm saying, that we was unstoppable. So I think sometimes you just got to look at the positives and then learn from those things, good and the bad. So now that everything that we're doing now is like so rock solid because we done been through it. We done seen it all. You know what I'm saying? I just thank God that I'm still here to live to tell about it. You know what I'm saying? And didn't go out like a sucker. You know what I mean? Didn't treat my family like a sucker over music. Didn't choose music over my family. I choose my family over music. And it was able to pay me back. God said, don't worry. I'm going to make sure that you be able to get back to it. In fact, I'm going to make sure that you never really leave from it. You know what I'm saying? From working with Tone Trump and CeeLo Green. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to Tone Trump. You know what I'm saying? The label, you know what I'm saying? Top notch. We still here. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different tune right now. You know what I'm saying? Even Tone said it, Strike, it's your turn. You know what I'm saying? It's your turn. They've been saying that for a couple of years. CeeLo, I got messages from CeeLo Green. Shout out to my big bro CeeLo Green telling me, Strike, get him. Strike, get him. You know what I'm saying? It's no secret. You know what I mean? I've been making great music for a long time, just tucking it in the vault. So now, when you listen to Success Is the Best Revenge, man, you're going to hear some great production. You're going to hear wordplay. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
Tone on there with you.
Tone is on there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Definitely put Tone on there. The
Score
first,
Biz.
you know what I'm saying? Definitely put Tone on the first one. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I got so many records, man. You know what I'm saying? I think Dirty Bird is on one. We did a record called MJ. Really giving props out to Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? And we flipped it with honoring, you know what I'm saying, Michael Jordan. And you know what I'm saying? You just gotta listen to the record, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I mean? Like I'm really, I haven't lost a step. If anything, I can honestly say that I'm probably better than I've ever been in my whole life at making music. Like I'm making EDM music. I'm working on an EDM album right now.
That's
It's
real.
phenomenal. I'm doing a different type of project. Like I can't really even explain it to y'all. It's rap. It's like rock and roll, R&B. It's really just music. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because I found myself in a place right now where I believe that um, there's things that you can challenge. You know what I'm saying? There's places that you can go with this. Perfect example is CeeLo Green. And I would just say that, like, I'm gonna be doing more stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Going in that lane with music because it's timeless and it's endless.
Right.
So now, man, I feel great right now, man. Like, really, you know what I'm saying? In the midst of everything, I did a TV show called Aces High. I got 3 episodes. Shout out to the whole staff and crew on that. That's real big. We got a situation with Ice-T, where Ice-T is waiting on that. Shout out to Tone Trump on that. You know what I'm saying? And Ice-T's daughter, that's my baby. You know what I'm saying? So I did another show called City Uncensored. It's kind of like the 106 in Park on steroids. Um, and then I did a movie called Two Brothers. You know what I'm saying? All these things I executive produce, I funded. You know what I'm saying? I paid for in one way or another. Definitely, everything, even City Uncensored, because they used my building. And I could have made like, I think it was 50, 60,000 we could have made in the building booking Smack, because we was booking Smack.
Right.
And we had Smack and them up in here doing their thing. And we couldn't book them because I made a commitment to the show. And those dates was already assigned to City Uncensored. So, you know what I'm saying? I definitely have paid the price, you know what I'm saying, to sit in the seat that I sit in. You know what I'm saying? Kept my word, kept my loyalty, stood tall even when I was being victimized from press, media, you know what I'm saying? Always bounced back, regardless, you know what I'm saying? Had a situation, you know what I'm saying, in Iowa where they picked my company apart because I stood tall for my company. They threw me under the bus. A reporter got the story and being in Iowa, they don't got shit going on. They just ran with it. But, I understand that's the powers that be too. That's all a part of that blackballing shit that they thought that was going to, you know what I'm saying, really, really, you know what I'm saying, destroy me, tear me down, tear down my business. You know what I'm saying?
They had you at the front page of Google, man. And
Yeah.
I was just I had to call you. I'm like, man, I'm so mad they ain't talk about the albums, the music.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You
You
know
know
what I'm
what I'm saying?
saying? It's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
why we're here, man.
yeah,
You know what I'm
It
yeah.
saying?
it sounds like though listening to you talk though, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like over the years, man, like you at peace with where you are at now in life, and like the maturity is coming out when I'm listening to you, and it's like you're a whole person. But that's also impacting the type of music you make, and like, hey, it's no limits to this or what I can do now,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Definitely, man.
Yeah,
Definitely, man. Definitely at peace. You know what I'm saying? I'm a family guy. I don't even hang out at the clubs. I'm like the Quincy Jones of this thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of just laid back. You know what I'm saying? And cool in the studio making records. Nobody knows it. I'm not even advertising when I'm making these records. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to work and just planning, strategically planning it all because my thing is I deserve it. At the end of the day, I deserve to be able to do what I'm doing right now. I deserve it. I deserve to be like I was saying. I looked up to Ice Cube. So when you ask me that question, that I haven't been in any acting classes. Nah, man. I just as a kid, you know what I'm saying. Cube, when I really started rapping and everything, You know what I'm saying? When America's Most Wanted, NWA came out, and then Cube did America's Most Wanted, which is my favorite album of all time. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Shout out to Ice Cube. America's Most Wanted is by far, like, niggas need to go back and re-educate themselves on making an album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Even you gotta look at Dre, I would say looked at America's Most Wanted when he was doing the Chronic, and he used those elements. You know what I'm saying? Even harder. You know, they was dissing each other and doing everything, but Cube really was sticking his foot in their ass. You know what I
Right.
mean? You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Easy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? So Cube was always somebody who you know, to this day I never met him, but one day I'm gonna get a chance to meet him. I'm gonna be able to tell him, you know what I'm saying? Him and Ice-T, like I was able to tell Ice-T this. You know what I'm saying? I was able to tell Ice-T, but Ice Cube and Ice-T is everything I always wanted to be.
Ice-T, the man, that
Right.
Yeah,
greatest.
those two guys right there is what shaped me, what had me on, you know what I'm saying, on 10. What, you know what I'm saying, ready to go, you anybody know my jacket. They know the old strike, you know what I'm saying? They know.
Speaking of that,
You know,
Right.
you as the star of Lickety Split at 8 Mile, you was locked up during the movie was out.
yeah,
During the premiere.
yeah.
What was the feeling like when you came home and seen it for the first time, or just seen it for the first time? Because how long you were locked away?
I was locked up for 11 months and 8 days. I
Mm-hmm.
did 8 months and 8 days in prison. And then I got an automatic parole. My judge finally said, okay, he done sat in prison long enough. He learned his lesson. And they gave me the automatic to go to boot camp. And if I passed boot camp, SAI boot camp, then I got out. And you know, when I got that letter that said you're going to boot camp, I was doing 16 months to 10-year tail. So I had to do 16 months before I even seen a parole board. You know what I'm saying? So at 8 months, I was like, shit, 3 more months and I'm the fuck out. I don't give a fuck what they say. I'm passing boot camp. And it wasn't nothing to play with. Like it was nothing to play with. They the worst boot camp in the whole United States of America in Castleton Lake, Michigan. It's not a game. Them corporals up there will toss your ass over a field and you ain't nothing you can do about it. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? I came up out of there, man, and when I came home to the movie, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew it was everything that it was gonna be. I knew that. I told M that. I told I told Curtis Hanson that. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Curtis Hanson. You know what I'm saying? Director of the movie. So just seeing it and then, you know, coming home, the proof giving me pulling up to the bank, coming out, giving me an envelope of fucking money, telling me that I got $50,000 in reserve for my residual with Universal. He was like, yo, I know if I got this money, my residual, you got residual too, you need to call and check on it. I called and checked. I was like, oh my God. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It was, you know what I mean? It was unbelievable. It was a beautiful time in Detroit. It was a time that I think this can't be duplicated right now. You know what I mean? Even though we can come back and do some great things, that time right there was so special. You know what I mean? Just, hanging out that night in front of my apartment, down the street from my apartment downtown, Trolley Plaza. We get the call, Royce is downtown. We run over there, Royce and Proof pull out guns on each other. Royce get paranoid, he pulls his gun out first because he's surrounded by all of us.
Mm.
Proof pulls his gun out too, like what? You ain't saying nothing.
Damn.
It's like the Wild Wild West and the police right up the street. And these niggas get arrested. The police, we like, yo, chill out. Here come the police and they come to arrest these niggas. Like, I can't make these stories up. This shit really happened. So, my lifetime movie that I'm working on right now, that I'm writing, is dealing with all of these things that we're talking about, all of these events, with Proof, with M, with Dre, with Trick, you know what I'm saying? Everything that I've been through in Detroit, the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? From Detroit to around the world, You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be talked about in this movie, man. You know what I
Man,
mean?
just our story is a chapter story.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, we survived it all. You know, people trying to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Trying to scare you out the city.
Hey, I had a car shot up and everything,
Car
man. It's
shot
crazy.
up. You know what I mean? People running up on me while I'm at the club.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And
Hey, real quick, Strike. Hey, you speaking of movies, didn't you have a movie come a project or something with Diesel Don or something like that?
yeah, so I had a project with Don called "I Wish I Had a House Like This." And,
Okay.
Noriega in there, ain't he? Yeah.
Noriega, Capone, Noriega. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, man. That movie was it was really really dope to be a part of that.
Okay.
Let me get some water real quick.
All right.
Diesel Don, you gotta put that movie out. You don't think we know about that, man?
He put it out.
Oh, it's okay. It's on what, Tubi or something?
So it's on Amazon right now.
Oh wow,
Okay.
it's on
It's
Amazon.
on Amazon.
I wish I had a house like this. Dude
Yeah,
from
it's on
Lean on
Amazon.
Me on it in
And,
there,
and,
right?
and it's crazy that you say that because I think he's gonna get it on Tubi. I
Mm.
actually been talking to Diesel, and I went to last year. Was it last year or the year? Yeah, last year. I went up to Philly and seen him. No, the year before last. Year before
Mm.
last. The year before last. I actually was up in Philly, seeing him a couple times. We breaking bread with each other, working on a couple things. He got a couple positive things going on. He's into legal growing. He just got his license to be able to grow legally up there. You know, that's been a
Diesel
long haul.
Don, yeah, he. Not to cut you off, Strike. Diesel Don is like an OG and from New Jersey. Used to
Yeah.
put out 12 inches back in the days. Land speed, invested in itself early. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm
So that,
saying? Red
all right,
Red Man's people put Red
right,
Man on.
Yep.
right,
You know what
right,
I'm saying? Uh, Lords of the Underground, he put them on.
right, right.
You know what I'm saying? Um, you know what I mean? So yeah, man. I got my chance to really see it up close and personal with Diesel as far as shooting films because the movie Shotters, the guy who directed that movie, he directed this movie.
Mm.
So I was able to see some things and see how things go. And then when I went to California, I moved to California a while back. I did a movie called 513 with Danny Trejo, Christian Audigier, Mokeem Woodbine, um, shoot, Malik Barnhart, Cisco Reeves. There was a bunch of superstars. You know what I'm saying? Silk the Shocker. And the guy who did the movie, Kadir, he actually was my Muslim brother. So I was able to tell him follow around because he knew that I liked, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to really shoot movies. You know what I mean? I was able to express to him my goals, my admirations when he came here from France. Shout out to Omar Regan. Shout out to Omar Regan who's
Yeah.
doing this thing
Shout
major.
out, shout out, Mo.
Omar, that's my baby, one of my best friends. Excuse me. Omar actually hooked me up with Kadir, and we just hit it off. And I was able to watch how he filmed 513. I was able to learn probably the best. I was probably his best student. Even
Mm.
Omar would say that. Omar said, "Man, when you put out your project," I congratulated him on American Shariat, which is available on Tubi right now. Everybody go watch American Shariat. Very very funny. Written and produced, directed by my brother Omar Regan. Um, and
You in what other movies you in with Omar? Is it with the one you was in the crowd? What's the name of that one? It's on Tubi
that,
now. I just
that's American Shariat. That's
that's
what I'm
what
talking
I
about. That's what I'm talking
yeah,
about. Mhm.
yeah. I was trying to show my wife it the other day. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
played like a black nationalist. It was kind of like
Yeah,
it was like a modern day Malcolm X character
Right.
yeah,
playing.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So yeah,
yeah.
man. I was probably his best student. So when I walked away and I did my first project. It's called Two of a Kind. When I got ready to put it out, Will Smith came and did the same type of TV show, and it came out on TV, and I was like, damn, great minds think alike. So later on in life, double back around, kept messing with a couple of people, trying to shoot a movie, with this person, trying to shoot a movie with this person. And I understood that the route that I was going wasn't working. It was that Kumbaya thing. Come on, man, let's all use our skills to shoot this movie, and then when it's done, we all get paid. Fuck that, it don't work.
Right.
I shot my TV show by paying. I shot my movie by paying. You know what I'm saying? I shot everything by paying. Spent a fortune on getting things together. With Aces High 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Then, so my wife is like, yo, why is it taking so long? Why is it taking so long? She's upset. We spent a fortune. We spent a gang of money. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing that. Then 2 years later, I end up buying a multi-million-dollar building. You know what I'm saying? Go figure that. And now, you know what I'm saying? You know, she can't eat sardines. I'm eating sardines. She like, I'm not eating sardines.
Hey, mine ain't the dollar store.
Right.
Shit wrong, you better figure that shit out. You know what I mean? And I got 2 eyes, so it ain't like it's like, you know what I'm saying? I get to escape from one and then go, you know, no, nigga, you got 2, you know what I mean? So my responsibility is double. You feel me? So, nah, man, I just kept working. We you know, we got the building, you know what I mean? And shit, man, just you know what I'm saying, kept striving.
Hey, Strike, go back to you just mentioned something, man, because I'm big on that too. You mentioned like when you first was trying to put it together, it was like kumbaya, your skills and my skills. But when you start paying people and you start really, you know, saying, okay, this is what it costs, I'm gonna get it done. Did you see that things move a little bit quicker for you and you got better quality?
Overnight.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Overnight. You know what I'm saying? And it just brings me back to what I said, like when my wife was complaining about it.
Right.
You look at some of the best projects, Goodwill Hunting took 8 years to make.
Right.
Goodwill Hunting took 8 years to make. Imagine the producers' wives and the directors' wives on that. If that was all their last money they spent it on that shit.
Right.
They didn't get paid for another 8 years because it took 8 years to actually get that shit together. You know what I mean?
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So when you start telling the stories of it took Next Day Air 6 years to make. They was trying to get the money for 6 years. It started 6 years ago to get to where they got at right now. You know what I mean? So you look at me, if you really look at Aces High really took, how many times did I attempt to shoot a project? You know what I'm saying? That was my Aces High right there. You know what I mean? So it probably took me 6 years actually to shoot Aces High because I was attempting to shoot with this person, it didn't work. Attempting to shoot with that person, Kumbaya, it didn't work. Come on, let this person stay at my house and even feed them and take care of them. You know what I'm saying? Not mention no names, and it don't work. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? Which, mind you, all these people I'm in a great space with right now. I'm in a great, you know, we all have great relationships with each other right now because forgiveness is for yourself first. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that with no malice. Like, I'm cool with everybody. I don't go to sleep mad at nobody. I have.
We'll be back in a second, y'all.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, y'all.
All right, there we go.
He's back on the set, Hollywood. Hoodwood. Hey, talk about your joint with Lil Boosie, man. You did a movie with him, man. Boosie.
Yeah, I did a movie with Lil Boosie. It was called Water Boys. I wrote a little bit of it as well, but I produced it. Got my credits for producing the movie. You know what I'm saying? That was real big of Boosie. He kept it real. You know what I'm saying? And I put him in contact with the Maserati Rick family for us to do the Maserati Rick movie. Don't know where it stands right now, but I know he's very, very interested in doing it.
We gotta put him.
We just gotta just figure it all out. Or it doesn't matter because when I get the bag, like I want it on a couple of little things that I'm working on with my movies right now, TV shows. Me and Butter gonna do the movie with or without him. I say that on record. I already told his people. I'm like, yo, if he not doing it, let me know. It's all good. I talked to the mom. She hit me up for New Year's. You know what I mean? I know the son is always around. I know the daughters is always around. You know what I mean? So, you know, God willing. One thing I know is that I'll say this: what's for you is for you. Mm-hmm. You're not going. You know what I mean? Like, I remember making my single Money Dance, and I remember it being in the studio in Tip Studio, T.I. and them studio, Grand Hustle Studio, where we made these records at. That's where I went to go record out here in Atlanta. And I remember all the Tip and them people being in that studio. You know what I'm saying? And everybody just looking like hearing the sound, seeing the energy in the booth, going crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, you just got to know that what's for you is for you. I was thinking at that time, like, damn, I'm going to put this record out tomorrow. And God said, nope, not yet. You know what I'm saying? What you doing, you getting everything ready. You getting your ammo together. But it's going to come a time. You know what I'm saying? I want you to focus on these things right here. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was kind of like working on that thing, like kind of like making a crossover move like Chameleonaire did in the game. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, let me go over here and, you know, and do this, do that. You know what I mean? And in the course of that, I was able to write, produce, direct my own TV show, 3 episodes done, write, produce, direct my own movie. You know what I'm saying? Produce a whole fucking music TV show like 106 in Park, have ownership on everything. You know what I'm saying? And now, 2023, top of the year, first quarter, you know what I'm saying? That single that we wanted to put out, putting it out. That EP that I wanted to put out, putting it out. 3 more EPs coming right behind that mug, just back to back to back to back to back. We're gonna have the Master P catalog. We're putting the Mountain Climbaz music out. We're putting the Strike project out. We're putting all that stuff out. You know what I'm saying? And we're putting out the new stuff first. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear the old stuff, you can kind of see, damn, where this person grew to. You know what I'm saying? Versus you getting the old stuff first. You know what I'm saying? And your ears might be in this time and this day. So we're gonna give you this day. We're gonna give you this sound. We're gonna give you a sound that you can say, holy shit, that don't sound like old school, or as they classify old school rap, which I want to say this, there is no such thing as old school rap anymore. It is just music. It's just beautiful music. It's timeless music. It Takes Two, Rob Bass can come do a concert right now. It's gonna sell out. Music is music. We gotta stop allowing the powers that be regenify our music to where when a person gets this certain age or when a person looks this way, he can't do it. If we had Jim Jones doing what he's doing now 20 years ago, they would have said no. They'd have said no. They would have made him feel like he can't do what he want to do. But today, it's so many people on the internet, whereas you don't need no record deal from nobody. You know what I'm saying? You don't need anybody to go sign with none of that. You can literally make $1 million off the internet and, you know what I'm saying, and still walk to the mall and, you know what I'm saying, not get bum rushed.
It sounds like that's the thing with the movies too. Like you don't have to go to a major all the time. You can still go to independent right now with the internet.
Right. Yeah, you can definitely go to. Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. I always wanted to ask you this. We asked Corona this too. So when people recognize you from 8 Mile, the movie, are people shocked that you actually rap like a real rapper in real life?
50 and 50%.
Okay.
50. So I get people that come up to me and they be like, yo, hell no.
Yeah, Lycety Split right there.
Yeah, they're like, damn, it's a split right here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My movie, they was like, yo, dude be really spitting. He was like, and then they'll be like, you really spit, don't you? Don't you? And I'd be like, yeah. They'd be like, I knew it, Holmes, I knew it. A dude like spitting like that, got it. Nobody wrote your shit, did they? And they really like, they asked me that shit, and I'd be like, nah, nobody write my shit. I wrote my own shit. And they like, damn. And then you get the other half that's like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you a real rapper? You really, really rap? You really make, or they say, they don't really say rapper, they say, oh, you really be spitting? You know what I'm saying? Because they always, you know what I'm saying, connect everything back to battle rapping and, you know what I'm saying? That type of shit. So I'll be like, nah, man, I really make music. For real.
Right.
You know, and they be like, oh shit.
Man,
Right.
man.
That's
Speaking
tough.
of MCs and movie actors and things, man. Talk about our time with Method Man on his tour bus, and he was kicking it with us and smoking with us, man.
Oh man, let me take that picture real quick. Man, bro, that was man. It was like the best time of life. You know what I'm saying? Method Man made me a Wu Tang member. I'm still a Wu Tang member to this day. You know
You
what I
did a
mean?
tour with him,
I,
right? You went
I
on.
don't
You
even
went
talk
on.
about it yet, but shout out to Wu Tang Clan. You know what I'm saying? I remember me saying this on the internet, and Tone Trump was like, "Strike for real, Wu Tang Clan," and I was like, "Bro, true story. I can't make this shit up." Method Man made me a Wu Tang Clan member on
Yeah,
that tour. You know what I'm saying? Method Man has always had a
yeah.
real great relationship with me. We close friends to this day. You know what I mean? If I
That's
see
tough.
Meth, whatever he's doing, he's gonna stop doing whatever he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna tell me to come on over. He's gonna make sure I'm with him. He's gonna make sure that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm good, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
a
we
lot of
was
people
on the
don't know
bus.
I was trying to get Meth to start his own label so that I
Mm.
could sign with him. You know what I'm saying? I really had him thinking about it at one point in time. So shout out to Meth, man. That's my
Mm.
brother, man.
We was on the bus talking about proof, Reg. You know what I'm saying? It was just
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
tell me something. When is that joint you got with him, with Method Man, Hold Up, going to be on digital platforms?
It's next week. Next
Mm.
week. All that stuff is coming out, man.
Oh
Stuff
wow.
Method Man, the stuff with me, Proof, Royce, Bizarre, the stuff with me, Royce, and Nice. You know what I'm saying? All of
Mm.
that stuff is, you know what I'm saying? I own all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I own the rights to all of that stuff. You know what I mean? So, nah, man, putting all that stuff out. You know what I mean? I'm having fun with music, man. You know what I'm saying? We beat these guys, man. So you know what I mean? I believe that, you know what I'm saying? 50 is doing nothing but just helping us out right now with
It's a new
everything he
8 Mile.
and I don't
Yeah.
even, you know, it's so crazy is I don't even hold on to that. Like, I had
Mm.
somebody tell me, they was like, "Yo, Strike, why you so humble? If I was you in the biggest hip hop movie ever, still to this day, I'd be walking around like, you know what I mean?" I had somebody actually tell me that, real talk.
Right.
I was like, "For what though?" You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm
Right.
really grateful. But this year, I can't lie, we putting on like when Proof was alive. How we was running around on that superstar shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't beat us. You can't fuck with us. Either, you know what I'm saying? Either, you know what I'm saying? Either you joining us or we finna run your ass over. You know what I'm saying? We on that. We never really stopped. We just kind of just chilled and got, you know what I mean, focused on some things that was life changing for us because at the end of the day, you know, nobody wants to be 50 years old rapping and don't really have nothing in life and got to go home to an apartment, you know what I'm saying, with nothing. You know what I'm saying? No money coming in. You're too old to work. You're too poor to quit. You got to always stay working a job to you really don't have it. You know what I mean? And you die that
Right.
way. So I said, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to become a multimillionaire. I told Butter, you know what I'm saying, I had crossed that mark 7 years ago. You know what I'm saying, making my first million. You know what I'm saying, and being able to, make sure that my wife hasn't worked a job in 15 years. 15 years. My wife has never worked a job. You know what I'm saying, and still don't to this day. You know what I'm saying. She's always been able to be at home. We homeschool our children. You know what I'm saying, until they graduated. You know what I'm saying. So I was blessed to go a different route. You know what I mean? And I spent a lot of my money invested in a lot of things, a lot of people, a lot of things, a lot of ideas, believing in people. You know what I'm saying? I was frivolous with it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go get on my, you know what I'm saying, my real big boy shit, you know what I'm saying, and get my life together, you know what I'm saying, get my credit together, you know what I'm saying, get my business credit together, you know what I'm saying, listen more to my wives, listen more to my kids, my daughters at home, understand that intuition comes from the woman, you know what I'm saying, even if it's a child, you know what I mean, you can learn something from them. So
Right.
I just locked in, tuned in with my family more, man, and you know what I mean, you know, you know, just
No
been
doubt.
blessed for real.
No doubt.
Speaking of your wife, you did some music with your wife, right? Miss
Yeah,
Miss
yeah,
Mel?
yeah. Some
Okay.
music. In fact, Money Dance is
It's out
featuring.
right now, y'all.
Yes, out
Okay.
right now. Go check out Money Dance. Go stream Money Dance on all platforms. It's the biggest record of It's like one of those records they're gonna play forever. They're
Okay.
gonna when they play hip hop music, and this is gonna be one of the Easy B, Rob bass records. It Takes Two. Money Dance is definitely gonna be that new record. You know what I'm saying? I totally believe that. I'm putting my money on it big time. And if anybody know, when I put my money on something, I don't play about it. And I've never put my money on the music like I'm about to put my money on the music. Now, I never really paid for advertisement. I never paid to go on the blogs. I never paid to be on the Shade Room or to be Hip Hop Unlocked or none of that shit. Like, I never. This year, we tearing down every fucking blog. We tearing down every fucking situation. And the crazy thing is, this is the first interview live with DJ Butter. And it's funny, me and Butter is always making history. So today is really history for me to get my first interview back in the game with a single out, with an EP out. You know what I'm
Top
saying?
of the year.
You know what I'm saying? My own clothing line, my own shoe line at the top of the year. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
you just gave the shoes. You ain't showed us the shoes, Strike. What's going
Yeah.
on?
Hold on,
Show
man.
us the
You know what? Because
shoes.
I didn't have the shoes on today, but I do have a
Okay.
pair of shoes, vintage ones, up here at my building in my other office. Hold on one second. Let me grab them.
Hey, y'all, I think
That's dope.
Strike is the first Detroit MC with his own shoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
He about to show y'all.
All right.
Detroit.
So these the vintage joints right here. Strike Money.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. These are joints I had. These are the first pair that I had that I wore. They got the creases. I'm gonna put them in the glass joint and keep them at the crib because these are the first testers right here that I wore.
Right.
And I went to New York. Crazy story is I went to New York and people said, man, that shit ain't gonna work. So I went to New York with the orange outfit on, the all orange and those shoes, and everybody like fucking fainted. Like I really have to say that the Strike Money brand, I humbly say this, unapologetically I say it though, the Strike Money brand is the coldest fucking brand in the fucking streets. It ain't just me saying it, it's the people who say it. If you look at every fucking blog that I throw up with somebody talking about Strike Money, I am not paying nobody to say nothing. This is their natural, normal reaction. When they see the brand, they be like, what the fuck? I be like, yo, can I get you on camera saying how you feel? Yeah, man, go ahead. Go. I got shit with Boosie talking about the brand. I got shit with Derez Deshaun talking about the brand. Slim from 112. Shout out to Slim 112. Me and him as business partners on the TV show City Uncensored with all the biggest superstars in the world. Get ready. City Uncensored gonna be crazy, y'all. So, nah, man, you know what I mean? Just been working on getting ready for the top of the year, man. You know what I'm saying, to do what we doing. So, I honestly feel like I said, me being able to get to where we at this year and cross these boundaries where we crossing, now it puts us in a situation to where they can't stop us. How much is radio? 200,000. All right, cool, no problem. Cut them a check. They need what they need. A cashier's check. What do they need? You know what I'm saying? What do they need? Do they need to talk to my banker? Do they need to get an approval of funds letter? What do they need? You know what I'm saying? We doing business like that now, God willing, this year. So the music, I'm not worried about the music. The music is there. It's in the pocket. Go listen to Success is the Best Revenge right now. Listen to Can't Lose. I'm telling my story. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling my story. Can't Lose. You know what I'm saying? Go listen to Greatness. I'm talking about them niggas saying, they said a nigga like me couldn't get back. You know what I mean? They said I couldn't come back to the game. They said, it's over with. It's too late. It's this and that. Let me say this. As long as you got some heart, some ambition, and in this rap game, some money to promote yourself, to invest into yourself, it ain't never over. They can't ever stomp you out. They can't ever beat you as long as you got a will. And don't get me wrong, and you make great music, I totally believe that the Strike and Miss Yellow project is gonna be big like Black Eyed Peas or better. We're gonna finally get our just due in the music. It's gonna be phenomenal. We're gonna finally get to tell our story at the Source Awards, the BET Awards. It's gotta happen. You know what I'm saying? I can't die, God willing, until this happens. You know what I'm saying? This got to happen. It's just due to me. I'm too fresh. I'm too fly. You know what I mean? For the lame shit. We still looking good. You know what I'm saying? We grown up, but we still looking. You know what I'm saying? Like we, you know what I'm saying? Just dived out of a bag of youthfulness. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So,
I
you
see
know,
Red's got his full of waves still. I be telling him that all the
Oh
time.
man, your hairline recede though.
I mean, it's
It's
crazy because
good.
I'm
I'm gonna
even
start wearing a hat like y'all do.
I'm even I kind of was like chilling, and then I was like, nah, fuck that. I grew my hair back. I'm growing my hair back. I'm about to have the high top, the little cut, but you know what I'm saying, the buzz through it. You know what I mean? I
Right,
just feel great about everything, man. And I'm just looking at all the great things versus, you know what I'm saying, the bullshit. And you know, life has a way, man, of showing you so much appreciation. You know what I'm saying? Making you have so much appreciation, pardon me, where you kind of just get into a positive space in your life, and that's the only thing that matters. You know what I mean? So for me right now, it's like, you know, I was able to do some things financially for my family. This year is really setting up my family for the you know, set for life move. You know what I mean? Like
right,
they set for life. Like we you know, ain't no you ain't gotta call me for nothing. You don't need to ask me for anything. You ain't gotta worry about if I'm sending you weekly this, weekly that. You know what I'm saying?
It's there.
It's already there.
Mhm.
And you can't spend it all. You just can't. You would die trying to spend it all. You know what I'm saying? You'd be ignorant in a crazy house trying to spend it all. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting to that point because like I was talking to Butter, it's like, yo, how do we get to Johnson and Johnson level, Kellogg's level? Like I'm constantly thinking on that path. I'm constantly, that's why I shout out to my wife, 729 Cosmetics. I privately, you know what I'm saying, funded her company with her as a private investor. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I own part of a cosmetic line that's getting ready to flourish right now. They've been working privately, getting a couple things together. You know what I mean? With the movie companies, it's like I'm so serious and dedicated into this craft so that we can have an empire, not just to say, man, we got an empire, not just to say, man, we got billions or trillions of dollars, but to say that, you know what I'm saying, we good. The family
right,
is good, the close friends is good. We're doing what we should be doing as humans for humanity. We're taking care of that responsibility. You understand what I'm saying? We're using the money in areas where it's supposed to be used at.
right.
You understand what I'm saying? Making sure that homeless people got a place to stay. We building sustainable houses with the storage containers. We got farmland solar right now where everybody don't have to pay a bill. You know what I'm saying? We're getting into more of the politics of the world right now with global warming. How do we slow that down by us investing into the land, building more trees? You understand what I'm saying? Things is going to help us to keep God on our side right now because mankind right now is sinning too much. It's sinning too much, and that's the reason why we're getting these diseases and these plagues, and we're getting California washing up, East Coast washing up. The signs is so in front of us right now that, you know what I'm saying, we got to get in front of this thing and not behind it, because if we stay behind it, you're only going to get washed up. You understand what I'm
Right,
saying? Social media is the drug that either you use for medication or you use to have substance abuse.
right. So,
Man, speaking of that strike, man, social media, how can they get a hold to you and get funky fresh in the flesh in one of those jogging suits and the gym shoes, or
Oh
even
man,
rent out the facility, you know?
oh
yeah,
man, yo man, listen man, strikemoneyclothing.com. It's real easy to remember, strikemoneyclothing.com. I definitely was gonna tell y'all about strikemoneyclothing.com before I got off of this joint because it's my baby. You know what I'm saying? And it's the culture of the people. Um, it's the voice of the people. You know what I mean? These Chinese letters mean these Chinese letters mean uh, blessings and prosperity. You know what I'm saying? Um, the guy on the back, he's a Chinese. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Muslim who's actually praying, making dua for
Mhm.
you. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter if you Muslim, Christian, it don't matter what religion you in, because it's not more or less like a religion thing. It's more or less of a people thing. You know, I looked at people making clothes with the skull and the bones, you know what I'm saying, and the death, you know what I'm saying, and majority of the people that wore those things ended up skull and bones. You know what I'm saying? So I believe we're what we say, we're what we eat, and we're definitely what we wear. You know what I mean? The clothes that we put on are also a part of our attitude. You know what I'm saying? Strike money is a thing that we do every day. When you get up, you go to work, you got to go make some money. We call that going to strike money every day. You got to do that for your family. So why not have prosperity and blessings around you as you get up to go every day to strike money for your family? You know what I mean? And that's just the vibe. It's a cool vibe. We got another clothing line getting ready to come out. I can't really say the name of it right now. It's a high end brand. It's crazy. It's much like Balenciaga, Gucci. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna give you that feel. It's really really soft. You know what I'm saying? Butter, and you know, we just stand in that world, man. You know what I mean? Like, I just think there's no limits when you look at, you know, people like, man, you see Master P going through stuff with his kid. I'm like, man, you see Master P got fucking cereal.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Social media is either medication or substance abuse. Nigga.
Man,
Which
I
one
was
you want?
gonna bring that up with
You
you
know what
because
I'm saying? Like,
you know,
I'm not caught up in that shit.
yeah,
I don't care to hear about
totally,
that shit. Guess what?
right,
That shit ain't
right.
none of my business. That's private business.
And he
Right.
right there with his
He shouldn't.
cereal.
Son shouldn't
He's
even went to social media. He has his
right.
phone. He has his dad's phone number. Go call your fucking dad. I'm a grown man.
Right.
I got children. I can say it. What? Who the fuck gonna say something to me?
Right.
In fact, I know the Miller family very, very well. I know Silk the Shocker. Me and Silk
Man,
the Shocker got a story to tell. Real shit. Like
y'all
real
make
shit.
sure y'all support that cereal. Don't look at all the drama and
Yeah,
stuff.
you're looking
Support
at the
this.
drama. You're not looking
Yeah.
at the fact that this man then made cereal. He's got a company packaging his boxes of cereal. So you're gonna believe the rumors that he's broke and all that shit and he don't got money? Come on, man. Don't be. I tell people all the time, man. Don't believe the hype, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And let me just tell you something. Being in P shoes, I never made as much money as P, but I made a lot of money. And let me tell you something. You could be up one day, down one day, up back up, down again, up right back up, just like the fucking Forex trading system. Just like the stock market. You know what I'm saying? As long as you keep your integrity and you keep flowing through this thing, you eventually get a balance. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're making a lot of money, you think you can spend a lot of money, not knowing that next year you might not make that same money.
Yep.
Next month you might not make that. Shell. Next week you might next day you might not make that same money.
Yeah.
I done seen it all. You know what I'm
You
saying?
gotta set yourself up while you got it. That's why you can come out and it can take you 2 or 3 years to do a movie because you know how to manage your money right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And you even go broke with that. You know how many times
Right.
people have been up and shoot their movie and all of that and then go broke right in the middle of that shit. And we
Right.
shoot a movie during COVID. Don't know if I'm gonna still make money and everything.
I mean,
My wife looking at me like I'm crazy.
we've been working on a doc. We got a me and you've been working on a doc during the COVID. So y'all,
Yeah.
man, y'all stay tuned for that. We got me and Strike got something for proof coming out soon.
Oh yeah, there's something crazy with proof, man. It's so
We gonna-
crazy that
we
it's one of
can't
those
say too
things where I understand timing when I look at Goodwill Hunting taking 8 years. It's like, okay, I can't rush on this proof thing because if I rush on it just to put something out, it won't give it the real victory that it's supposed to give it. And I'm his main man. So I gotta make sure that the Ice Cubes, the Dr. Dre's, that I break those barriers, the exhibits, that everybody is a part of this project. I ain't gonna speak too much about it, but it's definitely something that's great. It's definitely something that's in the making. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is already done. We just gotta go take a couple trips, a couple places. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all get with us, man. Y'all have love for proof. Get with us on social media, man. Tell me your social media, Strike.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Follow me on Official Strike Money. Official Strike Money. That's my handle, man. I'm on Twitter, Strike Money, Strike Money One. I'm on Facebook at Strike Cash. You know what I'm saying? Definitely get with me, man. We got a lot of great stuff that we doing, man. You know what I'm saying? We got black ownership at its finest, man. You know what I mean? It's just great to be alive to tell the story of some real cowboys that stood strong and made it out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Thank you, man. Glad you're here to talk to us, man. You know, we here Funky Fresh in the Flesh style, Strike.
Oh yeah, I stay funky fresh in the flesh. That's like money
Hey,
stuff on.
man, thank you for the jogging suit, man. I know our
No
cameraman
doubt, man.
Ramo,
Some more
he
stuff.
appreciate that joint too, man. So
Yeah.
So, all right,
man,
y'all. This B-Boy Reg.
I'm DJ Butter, y'all. We
You know what I
live.
mean? Strike Money checking out.
Strike Money,
Fresh in the
aka
flesh.
Lycety Split, aka the ghetto celebrity, all that. Hey,
All right,
what do you
y'all.
call it?
AKA the mogul, AKA they gonna
Hey,
be trillionaire mogul in the
the certified clother, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, my
Right.
man,
Yeah.
for real, man. He good for the hood, man. Strike, man. Get a load of this hope for the hopeless, man. Thank you, Strike, man, for real.
No doubt, man. Always, man. Love y'all,
All
man.
right.
Appreciate y'all anytime.
Swole
All right.
Bear,
Have a
Strike.
good one.